Who are the Ashkenazi Jews? Are they related to the ancient Israelites? These questions have stirred the minds of historians for centuries. Let's try to find the answers to these questions by searching the scriptures and providing historical evidence and some theories. Ever wondered where the name Ashkenazi derived from? We know that the 12 tribes of Israel descended from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who was later known as Israel. They were the children of the promise because Isaac was the chosen son. That's Genesis 22:12. However, because of their disobedience, the ancient Israelites experienced exile, first by the Assyrians and then the Babylonians. But it was later under Roman rule that they faced great persecution, which resulted in the sacking of Jerusalem and the destruction of the temple in 70 AD. From here we can see that there was a scattering. The Israelites, which include the Jews, fled into Europe, Africa, and other parts of the world. This scattering is mentioned in Deuteronomy 28:64. It reads, "Then the Lord will scatter them among all peoples, from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known, wood and stone." So you might be wondering, what has that got to do with the Ashkenazi Jews? But let's keep digging. The term Jews is derived from Judah. They were the descendants of the tribe of Judah. They were not always known as Jews, but after the Babylonian exile, under King Cyrus, they were allowed to return back to Judah to rebuild the temple. At that time, those who chose to return to Judah took on the name Jews. But the term Jews, which literally translates to "of Judah," was first mentioned in the book of Ezra in a letter that was sent to the ruling Persian king, King Artaxerxes, in an effort to stop the Jews from rebuilding the temple. One thing to note here, when referring to the kingdom of Judah, we are not only speaking about one tribe of Israel. The kingdom of Judah represented both the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. So now that we have a clear understanding of the etymology of the term Jews, let's turn our focus to the term Ashkenazi. Where did the name Ashkenazi derive from? To search out the answer, let's go to the book of Genesis. The name Ashkenaz first appears in Genesis 10:3. He is a descendant of Noah's son, Japheth. This is interesting because we know that the Jews are from the lineage of Abraham, who is a descendant of Noah's son, Shem, not Japheth. So the question still remains, how did the Ashkenazi people become Jewish? Let's continue our search. This time we will look at the descendants of Japheth, as Ashkenaz was his grandson. In Genesis 10:2-5, we see that the descendants of Japheth were the seafaring peoples that spread out to various lands. The book of Jubilees, specifically Jubilees 8:25-30, gives a bit more information about their location and the territories they occupied. It reads, "And as for Japheth, came forth the third portion beyond the river Tena to the north of the outflow of its waters, and it extends northeasterly to the whole region of Gog, and to all the country east thereof, and it extends northerly to the north, to the mountains of Kelt towards the north." Verse 29 says that this is the land which came forth for Japheth and his sons as the portion of his inheritance. 5 great islands and a great land in the north, but this place is cold, and the land of Ham is hot, whilst the land of Shem is neither hot nor cold. So we have gotten quite a bit of information from the scriptures. Let's list some notable points. First, Ashkenaz is a descendant of Japheth, not from the lineage of Shem. The descendants of Japheth were known as seafaring peoples. They occupied the territories of the north of Israel, which was very cold. If we were to take a look at the map of the Middle East, Asia, and Europe, the location of the most northerly region will be somewhere around Germany and parts of Russia, including the surrounding territories such as Poland, Ukraine, Lithuania, and Eastern Europe. Now back to the beginning question. How did the Ashkenazi people actually acquire the name Jews? Let's look at some historical evidence and some known theories. Historical records show that after the fall of Jerusalem, Some Jews may have migrated into parts of Europe as well as Africa between the 1st and 10th centuries. Due to the influx of the Jews, the Ashkenazi people who already occupied the region intermingled with the newly arrived Jewish people, and some conversion took place. Another theory suggests that the Ashkenazi Jews descended from the Khazars, an ethnic Turkic people who occupied the region surrounding the Black and Caspian Seas. It is believed that the Khazars converted to Judaism somewhere around the 8th and 9th century. Whether or not you believe this to be the case, one thing that is certain is that the descendants of Ashkenaz were not originally Jewish and did not come from the lineage of Abraham. Though they may have some distant ties or ancestry in the Middle East, the biblical evidence provided and the relative information spoken about links the Ashkenazi people to northern and northeasterly Europe. My theory is that there was a blending of the bloodlines and intermingling among the peoples. The Ashkenazi Jewish people, though not pure Jews, may have been a product of mixed ethnicities. They may have become Jewish through marriage or by the means of some societal conversions, such as the Khazars. It is believed that the Ashkenazi Jews are actually Khazars. What do you think? Whether they are a real deal or not, it must be said that being Jewish is not only about a race of people. It's about faith and righteousness, the acceptance of God and His Son Yahusha. Romans 2:28 says that, "For he is not a Jew who is one outwardly, nor is circumcision that which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, one who is inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit." So if you are a Jew or a Gentile that has accepted salvation through Yahusha, then that makes you a true Jew. Based on the information given here, what do you think about the Ashkenazi Jews? I want to know your thoughts. Please drop your comments in the comment section below and let me know if I missed out on any information that would add to this discussion. Until next time, knowledge is a gift from above. You must nurture it to the fullest. See you in the next video.